The boosted stealth. Alright, here's the deal. I've logged over 150 miles on the boosted stealth, and one thing I'll say right off the bat, this thing is a beast. It is hands down the best boosted board ever, from a build quality perspective and performance-wise. Let's start with how it looks. Unlike every other boosted board before it, the Stealth has a grayscale color scheme, something I never really thought I'd see boosted do. It looks like something Batman would ride. I call mine Samurai. The underside of the deck has multiple shades of gray, and one area has this shiny finish. It almost feels and kind of looks like glass. The laminate that Boosted used is a micro abrasion and fingerprint magnet that heavily reflects light when hit at certain angles. There's also a shiny Boosted moniker that I think is a nice touch. And then the top side of the deck has just 2 shades of gray and features the Boosted logo in white. I think Boosted could have went even darker for the Stealth. It's similar to when Apple had the Slate iPhone 5, which is a nice, deep, dark gray, and what I'd hoped the Stealth would look like in person. Instead, we got more of a space gray 5S, if you know what I mean. If you're familiar with boosted boards, you may notice that the deck is shaped a bit differently. It's wider on the sides and doesn't taper like the loaded longboards Boosted used for its boards prior to Gen 3. These decks are Boosted produced and they're no longer bamboo. They're a composite with materials like poplar, foam, and fiberglass. This more or less makes this deck sort of like a snowboard. More on that in a sec. Boosted finally addressed the tail wearing that happens if you stand your board upright like many people do. These new decks have reinforced edges all the way around the board, and I will gladly say that after weeks of standing up the Stealth, I've noticed virtually no wear on the tail, just scuffing. Thank you, Boosted. So these new decks, I think they feel great. They're durable and flexible like boosted boards are known to be. I think if I did a blind test, I would not be able to tell the difference aside from the widths of the boards being different. There's ever so slightly more room on these new boards, and I like that. Riding the Stealth feels even more like land surfing. The bigger wheels help with that too. They're now Boosted produced and slightly bigger at 85 millimeters. Boosted is now using metal pulleys only on the Stealth, which means that they'll last longer and won't chip or dent as easily as the plastic ones do. What does chip though are the wheels, like the orangutans do, but that's the nature of owning one of these in a city. Riding through Manhattan is mostly unforgiving. But I do hope Boosted goes even bigger with the wheels at some point. It'd be nice to upgrade to something, I don't know, say like 105s. The trucks on the 3rd generation Boosted boards are also now produced in-house. I'm no expert on skateboard trucks, so I don't have much to say about them, other than I can carve just fine on the Stealth. Soft bushings help with that, and of course having the trucks a bit loose does too. Overall build quality of the Boosted Stealth is fantastic. I attribute Boosted with quality, and they definitely deliver with the Stealth. To me, it feels even more like a vehicle than a longboard with a pair of motors. The ride is quiet, it's stable, and sturdy. Alright, so the Stealth is built well, but how does it perform? Like I said at the beginning of the review, it's a beast. It's fast. It's got wild acceleration in Hyper Mode, or Mode 5, which is exclusive to the Boosted Stealth. Hyper Mode's climb is steep, even, and powerful. Braking, of course, is great too. Hyper Mode also means 24 miles an hour, which is everything. You'd be surprised what an addition of just 2 miles an hour does. Also, I've always thought that Boosted's controller is top-notch in terms of functionality and ergonomics. It's comfortable and instantly responds to your inputs, and the Stealth is no exception here. If you're like me and got a V2 after V1, just wait till you ride the Stealth. That fantastic performance comes with a price. The speed increase on the Stealth takes a toll on battery. I am averaging just over 6 miles on a full charge in Hyper Mode, but I ride for the speed. I've said this in previous videos, I ride as fast as possible, always. You can squeeze 15 miles out of that extended battery, sure, but you're going to be riding slow. I imagine many of you watching this review either ordered the Stealth and are waiting for it to ship, or maybe by now you have your Stealth and are shredding like me, or you watched this video because you're considering buying one. If you already have a Boosted V2 extended range, you probably don't need a Stealth. Of course, unless you need one. Look, I think $1,600 is a lot to spend on anything. If you're a first-time buyer, you will definitely be pleased. I think you're going to be thrilled with the boosted stealth, and you're going to be riding it a lot. It's fast, and it's built really well. That limited range, though, in my opinion, is offset by the performance and speed of the stealth. Just please wear a helmet.